Welcome to the coin toss for this match 15 of the European Cricket Series here in Krefeld. The Aachen Rising Stars have 3 wins from 4 so far, and led by Varun Reddy, they head into this double-header knowing that a pair of victories will all but confirm their place in the top 2 of the final standings. They're up against the Koln challengers, the big underdogs across this pair of afternoon fixtures. Winless in their 4 matches so far, led by Vijay Rafnaval, they'll seek a desperately needed victory as they fight to avoid finishing bottom and exiting the competition before the quarter-final stage. It is the challengers who will have the call on the coin toss. Alex Dowdles, the match referee, has the coin in his hand. Let's get over to that all-important toss.
As Michael, Vijay, your call. Fits. Head is a call, and head is a head. Real ball first.
So the challengers have won the toss. They've decided they're going to have a bowl. Let's get up to Vinny Sandhu, who's waiting for you in the commentary box.
Thank you very much, Michael. And hello to all of our viewers, wherever you're watching around the world. You might be watching on fan code in the Indian subcontinent or on our YouTube channel, ECN European Cricket Network. If you are watching on YouTube, why don't you hit the subscribe button to ECN European Cricket Network? And we are very close to 200,000 subscribers. We're also very close to the start of match 15 in the fan code European Cricket Series, Germany, Krefeld. And well, I know a lot of people looking forward to this one. Aachen Rising Stars been pretty impressive so far in their first tournament, knocking off the big boys, MSC Frankfurt. And they are playing the Koln challengers, who are without a win so far. They're 0-4. And well, we're likely to see Varun Reddy and Sagar Kataria for ARS opening up, and they form a pretty solid top 3 along with Fahim Jan, who's a good all-rounder. He can also bowl. Get him bowling in the power play. They've had some good bowling options as well. Ahmad Shirzad, as well as Osman Shirzad, been very effective. Banerjee's been good for them as well. Javed Khan is a handy medium pacer. And we're getting ready for a start here in match 15. I think ARS definitely will start favourites in this one, but as we've seen before, anything can happen in the fan code European Cricket Series, and normally it does. And, well, let us know where you're watching from around the world. We know we have viewers from all parts of the planet. It's certainly a journey that we're excited that you are joining us on. The European Cricket Network has really taken off over the last couple of years with the advent of the European Cricket Series in March 2020, just before lockdown, and then through the middle of and the end of 2020, providing cricket entertainment. And there really wasn't a lot of other sport going on. It's really found a place in the hearts of so many cricket lovers around the world. It's Vinny Sandhu here, Mr. Maximo for ECN today. Michael McCann will be joining me shortly. And we're pretty close to the start of this one. Yeah, well, anyone giving the challengers a hope here? I think they're actually not a bad side. Just a bit inexperienced in the format. Aachen Rising Stars have taken it like a duck to water. So we're pretty close to a start now. And it's going to be Aravind Mithra Subramanian to open the bowling for the challengers. I'd love to get a good start, and these are important wickets. Especially these 2 openers make the running. Here's the first ball of match 15. It's wide full toss. Wow, he's a bit fortunate they didn't go to a fielder. It would have been a wide. Look at this big outswing delivery through the hands at it. He's also got to watch that back foot doesn't land outside the return crease. It can be in the air, but it can't actually touch that line. And so, yeah, well, bit of luck there, perhaps. This will bring Sagar Kataria on strike for the first time. Another exciting player. This one will be a wide outside the off stump. That's a go. Yeah, we were speaking to Sagar Kataria yesterday after match 4. And he put together a very polished 55 and some innovative stroke play as well. He had them all. Had the reverse, had the ramp. His first half century in the ECS. Wasn't he thrilled about it? Very nice guy as well. Where's this one go? We caught another wide. I'm just struggling to find the radar here. Yeah, this is a marginal one. Umpire's call on that one. I'm playing a miss. So, slightly nervy start for Kataria. Takes a long time in cricket. Yeah, this one's inside the line. And they just love a little bit of luck to get themselves going, I think. On challenges. This one's straight up, cut away. Third man in place. Wait and get to him in the end. Infielder goes back and cleans up. It is Santosh Mati does the fielding. Can we see Taria get off the mark? And yeah, a few people impressed with Aachen. PC Durham is. And good to see Desaraj in the chat as well. James Stewart, Keanu Nolan. This one will be a wide, so yeah, definitely got the off-stump attack here. They've got 6 fielders of their 9 available on the offside. Only 3 on the leg side, so obviously that's the plan. And prepared to give up the odd wide out there, but they just don't want to be punished on the leg side. At the moment, it's resulting in a fairly long over. Well, this time it is hit away on the leg side. It was a full toss. I think it's hit the rope on the forward. Be 6. Maximo! And well, works every time but one when it's a full toss. You can pretty much pick your spot, and that's exactly what Reddy did. He takes the first 6 of match 15. Over to wicket. Good call from the umpire as well. One landing on the rope. So just not quite getting it right with the Subramanian at the moment. This one's a bit of delivery. They're looking for a single, but they won't get it. It just shows you the margin of error here, especially it was the length there more than the line. The line was fine, but full toss, you pretty much pick your spot. Well, challenges, so important they hold their chances. Sun's coming out now. It's a nice day for cricket, and current temperature of 16 degrees. Just a light breeze. This one's short, goes leg side, but he's hit it straight down the throat of the long on. And he holds on to the catch. So that's what they needed. It's Naresh Kumar that holds on. That's a big wicket. It's the wicket of Reddy. And well, they needed something, didn't they? That's exactly what they've done. And it was been an interesting first over, but Mr. Subramanian, in the end, he's effective and he removes the first wicket. And well, exactly what they wanted. We talked about the big 3. And at the end of the first over, it's 11 for 1. So, well, welcoming back into the commentary box, Michael McCann. And well, Michael, I was looking a little bit concerning for the challengers as they bite back with a big wicket of Reddy off the last ball, the first over.
Yeah, he's a key man in this Rising Stars lineup. And Aachen will have come into this game seeing it as a chance to get 2 big wins, boost their net run rate in a possible battle with Gelsenkirchen for second spot behind the dominant MSC Frankfurt. Now it's Tamore and Kataria who have to try and rebuild together. Nikhil Patel, who was on a hat-trick yesterday and had his hat-trick ball smashed for 6 to win the game by MSC Frankfurt.
It's the last ball he bowled.
Starts with a wide here. So we're using the inner of the 2 wide channels. And on that basis, it's clearly a wide. The outswing taking it further away. We talked a lot about these players' potential to train. It's been very limited. Essentially depends on what part of Germany they're in. So that will be another wide. So if the daily incidence rate is below 100 cases per 100,000, then they can train. But even then, that's under very limited conditions in terms of how many people are allowed in the nets at once, etc., etc.
Tomorrow coming up at number 3 instead of Fahim Jan. Interesting decision as well. Get your thoughts on that, Michael?
Well, to me, T10 cricket is a simple game. You send your best 6 hitters in at the top, so they face the most balls possible. There's only 60 balls in the whole innings. Now, Fahim Jan is their best 6 hitter. That's gone straight up. Surely caught. Oh, dropped. Well, the keeper didn't come for it. Sagar Kataria gets down to the non-strikers end. Tamura gets a life. It's a mess from the Koln challengers, really, because this should have been the end of Azam Tamura for a 2-ball duck.
Yeah, we'll see this. Just stuck out in the hand, didn't he, in the end? Have a look at this. The bowler was after it. Nikhil Patel. And then probably needed the big dive. He just wasn't really balanced.
Should the keeper have come for it, Vijay Rafnavel?
That's a fair way away from him too.
Yeah.
Just a bit of luck from Tamura.
It's a nice looking drive shot from Qatar, but you don't get value for runs with nice looking drives, and that's not how he got his 55 off 29 yesterday. 5 4s and 3 6s. Didn't quite get hold of that one. Rising Stars yesterday winning twice against the Boosters. Low full toss, hit by Kataria straight at mid-off, dropped by Arifin Muthusubramanian. He might have got a run out though. That's a bit of an ECS classic, the dropped catch turning into a run out opportunity. But he's made it home, Kataria.
That's what's happening here. This one was laced. And well, with the Subramanian, he was in the way of it, couldn't hold on, and then was almost had a run out as well. And he did hit the stumps. You see, he was just home, but wow. Both batsmen getting lives here in the second over.
Really fortunate. It's nicely bowled. Nothing much Tamura can do with that. He can't even make contact. Only 2 allowed out in the power play. They're out at deep backward points and long on. 6-3 field. Can't afford to stray towards the pads of Tamura here. Tamura comes a long way down. Catching chance at long on. Held. Tamura is out. He doesn't get a second life in the same over. And finally, Nikhil Patel gets his man. Tamura out for 1 of 4. Nicely judged catch by Aravind Muthusubramanian. And it's 15 for 2.
I'll tell you what, put him down early in the over, didn't he? And actually, I think this is Naresh Kumar taking his second catch in that position. So, third time lucky for the challengers. There's 3 balls that go to hand in the second over. This one finishes off, and it's the second wicket at the end of the second over.
Yeah, they've eventually held on. 15 for 2 off 2. Well, if they're going to get an upset, the Cologne challengers, they've made an excellent start in doing so. And Kataria can't make contact. What a difference he makes. Suddenly doesn't look quite as fluent out there this time. He has 2 of 5. Gulistan Mohammed, the non-striker.
It's just no Fahim Jan. Surprised that he's not coming at this stage. I think they've been working for him. Maybe they want to keep him for the middle overs.
Not a fan of that ploy. So why, having watched a lot of T10 cricket, a T10 innings goes by in the blink of an eye. Fahim Jan, by his own teammates' admission, without any doubt, is their best 6 hitter. And the power play's gone by, and he's not come out. Tari will get 1 here.
It's always this balance between playing your best combination, but also getting some cricket into some other players. And they probably think, well, this is not a bad opportunity, because you don't know who's going to step up unless you give them the opportunity. I can see him warming up. Fahim Jan, I'm sure he'll come in next, but it gives Gulistan Mohammed and even Tamura the chance to go and play an innings, try and play a few shots. No, they've got the backup of Jan to come in if they were to get out.
Square leg umpire doing up the shoelace, the errant shoelace of J. Rafnava. Yeah, they've probably looked at Cologne challengers, bottom of the table, and thought a good opportunity to get some batting into others. Which batter can do with that, though. That is blocked back by Gulistan Mohammed, still yet to score. It's an understandable bit of thinking. MSC Frankfurt, top of the table, and almost certainly will finish there after finishing with 7 wins from 8 earlier on today. Those pair of defeats mean that Gelsenkirchen now have 3 wins and 3 losses. Comes off the body of Gulistan Mohammed, a very optimistic LBW. If the stumps were another few feet taller, might have been worth a shout. Then you've got the Aachen Rising Stars in action in front of us, 3 wins from 4. The Bayer Erdingen Boosters, who have just 1 win from 6. And then the Cologne Challengers winless in their 4 games so far.
Same result here, off the body. And 3 gets away from the keeper. They won't get a run here. So it's been a good start from the Koln Challengers. Talked about the importance of them holding on to their catches. Well, they haven't held all of them, but they've held a couple that have mattered. They still got a couple of wickets to get through, I think, if they'd really get on top of the Rising Stars. Qatari is one of them, non-strikers out at the moment. The other one's Fahijan, who's likely to come in next. I think they hold the key to the Rising Stars, getting the runs on the board. Mita Subramanian, after a bit of a shaky start, it's been pretty reliable for them. So once again in this offside channel. And this will end the 3rd over. And it's 3 down, 17 for the loss of 2. And well, not too much power in the power play for the Rising Stars. He's trying to match 15. They may be higher on the table, but it doesn't mean anything when you get to the first ball. It's game on. And interesting to see who they use now. I often like to hold Nikhil Patil back for a bit later in the innings. I think they are going to make a change. And we're going to see Ayush Sharma bowling the 4th over. Power play's over, so up to 5 outfielders can be employed by the fielding team at this stage. Of course, you don't want to dawdle too much in the field because you know that there's fairly strict time penalties, or penalties for not adhering to the time limits. You must start your 10th over before the 40-minute mark, excluding any allowances.
Yeah, sometimes you can get the famous ECS endless bat changes. We had a lot of them in Austria. We've been spared quite so many here in Krefeld as the sun comes out, and hopefully it lasts a bit longer than a lot of the weather in Krefeld so far. The weather has seemed to be changing every half an hour or so. I've had a bit of a delay here. Saka Kataria with left hand on his hip, doing the teapot, waiting.
Helmet run out there for Gulistan Mohammed. That's always a good idea. That much we've seen the hard way a few times. What happens if you're not wearing one? Anyway, here's Ayush Sharma. It's a full toss. Pick the gap nicely. His gap back a deep cover. And Kataria, well, he's trying to pick up where he left off last night. He hits this one sweetly over cover for 4 runs.
Yeah, this will get him feeling better about life. Full toss. Juicy bit of buffet bowling. Cashed in on Ayush Sharma. Still feeling his way in. A bit of follow the ball captaincy. They've immediately put deep point around to deep extra cover for that one. Got to be careful about setting a field for full tosses. Now he can't bowl short with this field. Hasn't got much protection either side if he goes short. That's a good length to this field. Kataria trying to cut it. It was a slow ball though and wasn't quite there for the shot.
Yeah. Good variations. Yeah, well, yeah. I'll tell you what, another wicket now. Kataria, if they get him, challenges will be up and about.
Kataria goes very high, but might be out. Taken by Naresh Kumar just inside the rope. That's a huge moment. A big Match-winning 50 last night for Sagar Kataria. Today, not quite at the races. He's gone for 7 off 9. And it's Ayush Sharma who gets the crucial breakthrough, 21 for 3.
Well, challengers, they're up and about for sure now. They're without a win in the Fancode European Cricket Series. And then it says, what about this? Naresh Kumar, a hat-trick of catches for him to start here in match 15. Third wicket down, 21 for 3. And that is Danger Man Kataria, who is removed. But another dangerous player comes to the crease now in Fahim Jan. And he's the one they would want to get now. They're really to get ahead in this game, the Koln challengers.
There's a bit of pressure on Fahim Jan now. 15 off 10 yesterday against the Boosters. And this could be another for Naresh Kumar. It is another for Naresh Kumar. Well, Fahim Jan loses another partner. Gulistan Mohammed gone for a 5-ball duck.
Wow.
21 for 4. And the Rising Stars are sinking fast here.
Well, tell you what, it's an absolute carousel. It's a merry-go-round of batsmen at the moment. And this guy, he's going to get leather poisoning soon. That is 4 catches. Well, Madupi Fernando holds the record for 5 catches in an innings. And that was for Albano in the Fancode European Cricket Series, Italy, week 4 in Milan. And he's got 4, and we're only in the 4th over. So we could see another record go today.
Well, he could get a catching hat-trick, never mind the fact that Ayush Sharma is on a hat-trick.
Hat-trick ball.
Bowling to Fahim Jan, who makes sure that he isn't going to be part of any such statistic like that. Just nudges it away. The newest of the many new batters that have been flying to the crease at the moment is Azam Tamore. Tamore, actually from the non-strikers because they crossed, of course. Jabbed away by Jan, who will get 1. Fahim Jan off the mark, end of the 4th over, 22 for 4. Could we have the first genuine upset of the tournament so far?
That's very possible.
Actually, MSC losing.
Well, the European Cricket Championship is on the way, and Hungary, one of the teams which will be taking part. Michael, tell us more about the men from Hungary.
Yeah, they're going to be trying to cause some upsets. They're ranked outside the top 50, but they only gained ICC associate member status 4 years ago after becoming an affiliate back in 2012. And now they're seeking to upset the odds at the ECC, while the Hungarian domestic T20 champions from this summer will also fly the flag for their country at the 2022 expanded European Cricket League. That's all to come. Hungary, one of the rank outsiders of the 15 teams competing at the European Cricket Championship. The second lowest ranked team in it, apart from Portugal. Coming back to the game in front of us, Siriam Gurumurti's coming on.
A lot of good cricket going on in Hungary as well. A bit of shake-up at the moment as well. And the Budapest Blinders are creating waves there. Yeah, got a couple of new teams in the local competition there. They've got their eyes on the ECL prize as well. But, exciting stuff. Exciting times in that part of the world.
Jan content to take the single. So, on to strike comes Dikpanka Banerjee. Banerjee with just 2 runs in his 3 innings in the tournament so far. He's the only left-hander in the Rising Stars top 7.
How's that over from Ayush Sharma though? 2 for 5. And how's the catching from Naresh Kumar? Now,
safe as houses.
Yeah, and that makes all the difference, doesn't it? Makes all the difference. Removing those dangerous top-order batsmen from the opposition. Move to long on now for left-hander. But, yeah, well, good he chased down that record. I didn't think it was going to be broken. Catches for a non-wicket keeper. Actually, probably don't make the distinction in T10 because catches go a bit all over the place. But, yeah, 5 catches for a fielder in a 10-over game is something pretty amazing.
Held back again by Gurumurti. It's really good. He's got the field such that there's nobody behind square on the leg side. That's why Banerjee's tried the shot. It's good bowling.
Yeah, let me see. Good bounce there. You see that? Getting off the surface.
Gets stuck in the helmet of the keeper. We can all have a laugh about it because he's nice and safe. Follows it up with a wide.
It's got an interesting little way of delivering the ball.
Just holds it back. Gurumurti.
That one.
Banerjee will get off strike here, albeit unconvincingly. Yeah, he really, really holds it back. He's already picked up 3 wickets from 4 games.
Yeah, and the bounce in this pitch assists the slow men as well. If they get it right, though, that's the key. You don't want to get too carried away. Carried away with it, but we've seen Gurumurti and these little doorknobbers. Look at this one here. It's just an interesting approach that he's got. And he just flicks the fingers over it. And this one, there you go. Where was it? There it is. Found it. Keep your eye on the ball, as we often say.
Yeah, he's that bowler in club cricket that comes on that you think you can hit every ball for 4 or 6. He's actually much better than he looks. Just lights it up. They've been very conservative against him, the Rising Stars, and they probably feel like they sort of have to be because all the top 4 have been removed. And there's a lot of responsibility on Fahim Jan here in particular.
Just want to mention quickly, one of the ECN family has a special day today. Tell you more in a second. Here's Gurumurti. And he sinks this one through for a dot. See here. Just got a strange approach. Almost like a top spinner, the way he rolls it out of his fingers. Last one down the leg side. Direct hit, but safely home. End of the over. 27 for 4. And yeah, we see this on the replay. Pretty sure he's safely home by a metre or so. As we get to the halfway point of the innings, just want to say a quick hello to our match referees, Adrian van der Ries, who is making his one-day international umpiring debut today in the Netherlands versus Scotland one-day international. So Adrian, wishing you all the best, a long and successful umpiring career. You've already been successful in your own right to get to this point, and wishing you all the best. And it's great to see one of our European Cricket Network officials hang on to get the honour of umpiring in international cricket, ODI cricket in particular. It's definitely a big achievement. So congratulations to Adrian. Wishing you all the best, not just today, but all your international umpiring career. So congratulations from everyone at the European Cricket Network.
Yeah, that's fantastic. That's not fantastic. That's a wide from Ayush Sharma, who was on a hat-trick in his first over. Unconventional take on his knees from Vijay Rathnaville, but it was very effective.
And see the umpire just saying, we saw this earlier, didn't we? You got to make sure if you're going around the wicket, you need to run off the right-hand side of the pitch. Otherwise, the umpire can't see a thing.
Full and miscued a bit off the back of bat of Dipankar Banerjee, who now has just 2 or 5 balls.
You see here, same thing. Yeah, he's around the wicket, so he needs to get off the right-hand side of the pitch. Can't go in front of the umpire. Better.
Get a single here, Banerjee. Now, Banerjee has 3 off 6. Jan has 3 off 4. And in this entire innings, it's been just 1-4 and 1-6. And the Rising Stars, who've been living up to their name,
That's a couple of balls ago.
Been stopped in their tracks a bit here.
A couple of balls ago, you saw Sharma, who's naturally going to run to his left after he delivers the ball. Let's assume he's bowling over the wicket. And so the umpire's going to say, look, Ayush, you're not made of glass. Can't see through you, so you need to make sure I can do my job.
Yeah, particularly if he wants an LBW decision.
Yeah.
Which he might well do at some point.
For sure.
Jan gets 1 here. Now, Fahim Jan's got to calculate at what point does he think he has to start trying to hit, because yes, they are 4 down, They've had a mini collapse. But this is a 10-over game. It goes in the blink of an eye. We're already at the midpoint of the 6th over. Got him. Banerjee out for 3 off 7. And Ayush Sharma does the trick again. His 3rd wicket in just 10 balls bowled. 30 for 5. Jan's running out of partners.
Well, this is how you do it. Just angles in. And another one on his way. So, Banerjee, he doesn't stick around too long. And now, the Rising Stars, 30 for 5. And it just shows you, Michael. I told you, this competition, although we haven't seen a lot of close matches so far, it is even. And Aachen Rising Stars, this is a team that beat MSC Frankfurt, who were the ladder leaders comfortably. And now they're in some serious strife against the Koln Challengers. And they have challenged them. It's 30 for 5.
Ahmed Shahzad comes out for his first bat of the tournament. Yeah, you're absolutely right. And a few people asking who was going to win this. There's no doubt that Aachen Rising Stars were the hot favourites to win both of these games. Now in a real bit of trouble here. And he's swung off his feet there, Ahmed Shahzad. He's definitely not batting to keep Fahim Jan company. He's very lucky not to be out. That has not missed by much. It's almost clipped the top of leg and middle. This is a proper batting collapse.
Yeah, still playing the attacking shots though, aren't they? Sharma's been a revelation.
Haven't hit a boundary now in 18 balls. This has gone very high, but there's nobody behind square on the leg side, so it will fall safe. And they stick at 1. It's a good thing. Certain run out on the second because Vijay Rafnaval, the keeper, had made good ground. So 6 overs gone. Just 1-6 in the innings so far and 1-4. They're in all sorts of trouble. 32 for 5.
Wow. No one saw this coming. I often say, you think you know what's going to happen next in the Fan Code European Cricket Series, you're going to get a shock. And it's the Rising Stars that have been shocked. Thanks to 4 catches initially from Srinivas Naresh Kumar. And all assisted by 3 wickets from Ayush Sharma. Yeah, the pretty good looking figures of 3 for 9, as you can see there on your screen, of his 2 overs. I'm pretty sure that the Aachen Rising Stars will be happy to see the back of him, but I see Gurumurthy, his first over only went for 5 as well. So really, I need to make the move soon. There's only 4 overs left in this innings, and they're only 32.
I've got to find a 5th bowler from somewhere. The challengers, and the 5th bowler has often been their weakness through this tournament. Jan's decided now he's got to try and be more expansive. Tries the slog sweep. He's going to lose the strike though. He has 6 off 7. They need him to face as many of these 24, 23 now balls remaining as possible. If he can get on strike, they can go big. More than 2 a ball here gets them up to 80. If not, they're in real danger of this petering out very badly. He's hit that very hard and very high. Should have been caught. Dropped.
Oh dear.
Dropped. This is a poor drop. And if you're going to wear sunglasses that are that loud, you have to take simple catches like this. He can't even use the sun as an excuse.
Well, he was looking into the sun. That's the thing. I thought, that's all right. He's got the shades on. So it'll all be okay, won't it? Won't it? It won't. Oh, I tell you what.
Crocodile catching.
It's bad fielding. Ryan, and you won't want to see that again.
That's a full toss. That's a proper Gundy ball. Smashed behind square on the leg side, and it just about makes it to the rope. Goodness me, didn't they need something like that? Looked like a no ball on height to me, and it's clearly hit the rope as well. So umpires signalling 4.
Let's have a look at this one. Again, looked pretty high. Oh, it's too high. Tell you what, it wasn't called a no ball.
Yeah, that should have been a no ball. He was half a yard outside of his natural stance in the crease, but that's a long way past waist height. So Gurumurthy a bit fortunate there to not get even more punishment from that boundary. The first boundary in 21 balls. Could have him here though, LBW. Not given. And Fahim Jan survives. They skip through for presume will be a leg by, although, yes, it is eventually signalled.
So look at this one.
Leg by.
So, I mean, the thing is, he has taken some steps down. So I think it's probably a fair decision.
Going down leg.
Yeah, because it's just a long way for that ball to travel. We've even seen them going over, which sounds a bit ridiculous when you're hitting the shins, but because he was so far down, I think there's enough doubt there to give that decision to the batsman.
And also, you've got to remember, Gurumurti's not turning the ball away from the right-hander. He's not getting that to spin back.
No, yeah, exactly right.
Swung, leg side by Shahzad. Catching chance, taken. Deep mid-wicket comes round to his right and holds on. The Cologne challengers have been excellent in the field. It's a good catch from Nikhil Patel. And they're 39 for 6 now. Shahzad gone for 1 off 3.
Well, almost could have raffled this one. And I thought for a second Naresh Kumar might be hunting it because it wasn't too far from him as well. He's coming around to his left. And in the end, well, Nikhil Patel did the job. And well, it says, well, how about that? That's 6 down. Well,
they really are falling apart a bit here, the Ashen Rising Stars. Fahim Jan's still out there. They need to get him on strike and hope that he can carry them to something vaguely dependable. Now, this has been a big problem for the Cologne challengers in this tournament so far. Throughout all 4 games they've lost, whoever's stepped up to be their 5th bowler has been very expensive. Now, their 5th bowler is going to have to bowl the 8th over and the 10th. Right at the end. Ajmal Shinwari has struggled with the ball in the tournament. And Shinwari is going to have to step up and bowl the 8th over.
yeah, well, I don't think he'll get to bowl the 8th over yet because I think you'll find there's still a ball to go on the 7th. And, yeah, so
we're going to head back and complete.
give him another chance. Why not?
Over.
Give him another chance. Yeah, it's important we get these things right, of course, as far as possible. It's important that it's going to be a natural thing that you're going to have sometimes a bit of a miscount. But luckily, we've got the match officials. Yep, getting the right thing done. So Gurumurthy won't be too bothered. He'll say, well, I've got 1 wicket. I'd love a second. And he'll get an opportunity now.
Now, does Fahim Jan look for a single to keep the strike? Or does he think I'm running out of partners?
Depends what he's bowled, I think. Gets one hittable, I think he'll go for it.
Certainly does go for it. That is a huge 6 from Fahim Jan. That has disappeared into the bushes. That's out of there. New balls, please. 45 for 6.
Yeah, that one absolutely disappeared. I mean, literally disappeared. That one's in the hedges. And then gets to send through the search party for that one. And that is a bit of a bonus there. They thought they were out of the over, but instead it's the end of the over. And it's 45 for 6 after 7. And, well, we're going to go on a bit of a journey. Hopefully we don't get lost on the way to our locations in the upcoming series. We are in Krefeld at the moment. It's the first week of a 2-week series. Then we're in Kiel, which is in the north, right up near the Danish border. And then we'll be in Malta for 2 weeks, and then England. And, well, England, it's our first time we've gone to that location for a FanCode European Cricket Series. Well, you might not be in the EU anymore, Michael, but you're still part of the continent. And, well, it's going to be some exciting action coming your way from the 28th of June. 3 different clubs hosting 3 different series in England.
Yeah, really looking forward to that, and I'm sure Malta will be a lot of fun as well at Master Sports Club. Gorgeous place to be playing and watching cricket, Malta.
And Malta's one I'm looking forward to. It's a slow ball.
Well, now we are going to see the over that I trailed so much before we came back to finish off the 8th over. A crucial moment in this game. This is Cologne Challengers' 5th bowler that they've been hiding a lot. Shinwari starts with a wide.
That was pretty good carry. Let's have a look at this one. There we go.
Well, that would have been a wide as well had he left it. Instead, Mohamed Aziz puts bat on ball. He gets a single, which at least puts Chan on strike.
Hello to KG in the chat and a few others in there. Desiraj, good comments, and Kerno, everybody. Hope you're enjoying yourself. Sun's out here. We're having a good time. Thanks for saying hello to us.
Yes, the weather stayed the same for more than half an hour, which is nice.
No hailstorms. We get one of those about this time, don't we?
It's a nice looking drive from Fahim Jan. They've got to look for 2 here to get Jan back on strike. They'll get it comfortably. So Jan on to 18. Just one short of the 50 mark now. They've got 16 balls left, and 10 of them will come from the 5th bowler. which in this case has been handed to Shinwari. They've been passing it around different members of the side pretty unsuccessfully so far in the tournament. It's not a great delivery. Turned away behind square. They can only get one, so Jan's lost the strike. He has 19 off 12. Now Aziz has probably got to look for a single just to give it back to Jan. Sitting very deep in his crease. Look at how far back he is, and now he comes forward. Shinwari drags it wide, maybe distracted by the movement of the batter. So they have belatedly got past the half-century mark. They're still in deep trouble here, the Rising Stars. And that's wide as well. Yeah, and just coming back to that schedule, had the pleasure of playing at Master Sports Club on a tour to Malta a few years ago. I haven't had the pleasure of returning there with the ECS, but it's a great facility for cricket. It's a looping delivery that actually came down to being quite a low full toss in the end. Did well to make contact, Aziz, and he does his exact job in this scenario. Take a single, give the strike to Jan.
Yeah, we're really looking forward to going to Malta again. I'm actually going there for the first time. Can't wait. There's a lot of great people over there involved in cricket. They're going to make us feel very welcome. We'll see some more excellent cricket entertainment. Some proper Gundy bowls at the moment.
Yeah,
there.
The thing that is always helping Shinwari is there's such bad deliveries that Fahim Jan can't get near them to hit them for six. But this is costly. This is really costly. It could be, because the Rising Stars are a very good bowling team, and the Cologne Challengers have really struggled with the bat. So this game's a long way from done. That's going to be another wide from Shinwari. I highlighted it at the start of this over for all the brilliant work the Cologne Challengers have done. They still had this problem of who was going to fill in the overs. Nikhil Patel, their opening bowler, will come back and bowl the 9th. But this 8th and the 10th were the problem they'd stored up, and now it's an ever-increasing problem. That's going to be another wide from Shinwari. So that, I make it, is the 6th wide of this over. So he's attempted 10 deliveries in this over, and only 4 of them have been legitimate balls. So more have been illegitimate than legitimate.
All right, come on, straighten it up here.
Well, that's a legitimate ball, which is a good start. They should get 2 to get Jan back on strike. They will get 2. So Fahim Jan into the 20s. He's on 21 of 13. We've all been there as a club cricketer. It's a tough place.
Can't speak from experience, but he avoided equaling a record, which was 6 consecutive wides. He did 5, and luckily on the last one, he got it right.
I don't think he had 5 in a row. There was 1 just in the single.
I've got 5 in a row here.
That's short. Helped around the corner by Jan. It's almost a catching chance. They'll settle for 1, which brings to a close a long struggle of an over.
Gets her in the end though, and 59 for 6 after 8. Just want to mention this comment from Aaron Prakash a little while ago, who said, "Hello, Adrian Vandries, who we're talking about. That's Aaron from Dresden. Hope you're doing good. Congratulations and all the best for your first ICC match umpiring. Was first one-day international." So Aaron Prakash with well wishes for Adrian Vandries. And he's umpiring his first match today in the Netherlands versus Scotland one-day international. So, again, from all of us, Adrian, hope you go really well and all the best for your umpiring, not only just today, but in the future.
Yeah, I know they had a very close game the other day. Ooh, now. They've clearly decided Shinwari was so bad, they can't bring him back, having gone for 14, mainly in wides in his over. So Nikhil Patel's almost certainly going to bowl the last. And to fill in the second of the 5th bowler overs, Srinivas Naresh Kumar is going to come on to bowl this penultimate over. And Fahim Jan steps a long way across and swats him away over the head of square leg for 6. Well, if the ball's not in your area, make it in your area. That's what Fahim Jan did. Walked a long, long way across and smacks it for a maximum. 28 off 14 for him, his second 6.
Well, tell you what, this is some good hitting, and Just fallen off the boil, the challengers. Naresh Kumar, he's come in, done it with the hands so far, but he's got the ball in his hand. Let's see what we can do now. He's on 4 catches. We love a caught and bowled here. Fahim Jan, he's got other ideas.
Jan steps a long way across, this time goes offside. It is a catching chance. And taken at cover point running back. That is a brilliant catch from Siriam Gurumurti. He had to run a good 25 yards back here. It was steepening, it was swirling in the breeze, and that is a crucial wicket. This game swings back towards the underdogs, the challengers. 65 for 7. Fahim Jan gone for 28. One of the catches of the competition.
It really was. I don't think you realise how high that was. It was miles in the air. And just when they needed something to go their way. And Naresh Kumar, well, he's got 4 catches and now he's got a wicket to go with it. And, well, it's a huge wicket at this stage. Just as things look like they were getting out of control. Now it's 65, 7 wickets lost.
Cross, so Mohamed Aziz on strike. He knocks a single. So Osman Shirzad will come down to face his first ball. Shirzad, who got more ducks in the State T20 competition last season than any other Rising Stars player. 3 in his 5 innings across that, so wouldn't exactly say someone with batting pedigree.
He's got a bit about on this. Just the very end of the bat.
Yeah,
I get something.
And when you're a batter like Osman Shirzad, you'll take anything you can get. He's off the mark, so that's something.
Let's have a look at this. That's why you buy a whole bat, because you can just use all of it. It gets away from the keeper as well. Couldn't get anything near that. So Rathnaville behind the stumps.
So now we are properly into the tail end of the Rising Stars batting card. All of the top 7 removed. Pardon me. Bit of a hiccup.
How was your lunch, Michael?
Okay. Pardon me. They've come back for 2. So Mohamed Aziz has 5 off 5. I wonder if they're just going to try and... Oh, it's a run short. Well, this is not what you need when you're trying to set the target and you're struggling with the bat. It's just needlessly cost themselves a run.
Yeah. See too much of it at this level. It's just a basic. And James in the office, head of operations, he's a big Arkan Rising Stars. And he just sent me a message. What have you done to my ARS? I would look a different team than the other day. Hello, James. Hope you had a safe trip back to Munich.
Yeah, they won 3 of their first 4 games in the tournament. Now struggling here against the big underdogs. That's a good shot, but could well be out. Is out. They're catching everything here, the challengers. Not missing a trick. It's Ajmal Shinwari who holds on. It's a 2nd wicket in the over for Srinivas Naresh Kumar to go with his 4 catches. Yet another one bites the dust. Mohamed Aziz gone for 5 off 5, 69 for 8.
Well, how about that? Well, we just give him the man of the match award now. Naresh Kumar, he's got 4 catches, he's got 2 wickets. And well, he has set this alight. And well, I'll tell you what, they'd love another over out of him. He won't get one because that was the 9th. Now wickets are a concern. Got 69 for 8. And over to go.
So as predicted, Nikhil Patel is going to come back on and pull a 10th. He bowled a brilliant 2nd over of the innings. Conceded just 4 from it. Also picked up a very important wicket in getting rid of Hassan Tamurai for 1. But this is a competitive score. It's a below par score.
Yeah.
But Cologne Challengers have been a bit shoddy with the bat in this tournament so far, and the Rising Stars have been very good with the ball. So the Rising Stars will think if they can have a good over here, get up to around 80.
Yeah, even 75 plus. I think it's competitive against Challengers for sure.
It's just a question of what they can muster.
Been pretty short of any golden ball tingles. I feel like this game we might have golden ball tingle or 2 in the second half. Have to see. Here is Nikhil Patel to start the 10th over.
Can't make contact. That's good from Patel. That's why they'd saved up his 2nd one for the depth. You can trust him to bowl at the top and the bottom of the innings in T10.
It's a hard one here because, yeah, you'd love to whack one out of the ground, but even if you took 6 singles, get 75, I think they're all handy runs. And Osman Shirzad and strike.
Oh, that's big. Not interested in singles. That is a big, big 6 from Javed Khan. He's only just walked to the wicket, but he said, yep, that's in my slot. You're disappearing into the bushes over the nets.
Yeah, no problem at all. Javed Khan, they're loving that on the bench as well. There's half a dozen. There's the 6. Never mind the pushing singles. What am I thinking about? That's crazy talk. Launch another one, Javed.
It's only the 4th, 6th of the innings. And that could be the 5th. That is, it's got just enough on it. Javed Khan is there for a good time, not a long time. Back-to-back 6s. And they are now into the 80s.
Not 100% this one's 6. We'll have a look at this. Might have been just inside the field of play. So look at this one, where it lands. Out the way, Ajmal.
Oh, yeah, it's 4. Yep.
Just inside, yep. So it's a good call. There's only 4 runs.
Yep.
But still, about as close as you can get. They'll take it regardless. They're up to 79. Oh, lots of twists and turns in an innings. It's going to be more or less a pass score in the end, but
they were 39 for 6.
The way they've got there is highly unusual. Here we go. 3 balls left.
Oh, it could well be out here.
Nah.
Thinking of 2. For me, they should have been a bit more willing to push it because I would have wanted Javed Khan to get back onto strike for the last couple of balls of the innings. Instead, he's lost strike, 80 for 8. So it's now up to Osman Shahzad. Now, does Shahzad push a single? Let Javed face the last? Does he join in the fun himself? Oh, he's tried to join in the fun, but he's unfortunately not invited to the Javed Khan party. It's not cool enough. Not able to make contact. So he's going to face the last, 80 for 8. And to put it in context, so far the challengers have not scored more than 66 with a bat in the tournament. Can't make contact with the last Shahzad.
Oh,
they are going to run.
Here. Well, I think they made it.
Yep, I think he's in as well. They've
Come
got
back for 2 here. They're not even paying attention. He's and race him.
Oh, dear. This is proper ECS, last ball, comedy cricket stuff. Let's take you through it all from the start, folks. So it was 80 for 8. Osman Shahzad was on strike. So, initially you think, oh, maybe this is a dot ball. Shahzad doesn't make contact. Of course, the keeper instead shies, Raf Naval, when he maybe didn't need to. Then the ball hits the stumps, but they're in. Osman Shahzad's alert to the possibility of the second. Unfortunately, by that point, he'd long since given up Javed Khan. Had he turned and pedalled for the second, he'd have got there. Instead, he was run out going for the second. And so the Aachen Rising Stars, from 39 for 6, finish on 81 for 9.
Lot to unpack. Look how much this misses by. That's the first one. I mean, how do you miss by that much? And then he fumbles it onto the stumps, appeals and not out. And then look at Javed Khan coming back with a big smile on his face. The interception, which was unnecessary, and then he'll get the stats for the run out. But yeah, it'll go down as a run. So I'll get a buy off the last ball. And after that, I'm going to finish 81 for 9. And well, let's go back and have a look at some of the highlights here in match 15. And it's going to be an interesting viewing experience, I'll tell you that much. Naresh Kumar, he was in the action, took 3 catches and then a 4th. And, well, then he took a couple of wickets of his own. This one wasn't taking Patel, and they didn't take everything early. That was the interesting thing. And the chances just kept on coming. And that one was a spicy one, and almost a run out off the same delivery. So, well, this is the FanCode European Cricket Series. You can't look away for a moment. But Naresh Kumar, he was the man in the hot seat, and he just kept pouching them every time. Well, he didn't quite kiss it and threw it back, but still, make sure he doesn't with the COVID regulations. Anyway, you see that there's some nice shots. Kataria, he stayed there for a while, and you thought as long as he was there, and he'd be all right. But he hit it down to the vortex towards Naresh Kumar, and he was gone. And well, time to dance for Naresh Kumar, who was very good in the field. And then how about this? The very next ball, Ayush Sharma was on a hat-trick. Naresh Kumar doing it again. Well, he's running out of celebration dances, wasn't he? And, well, Gurumurthy, he's a good all-round cricketer. I tell you what, some of the bounce, and we didn't know where the ball was. This one lodged in the helmet of the keeper. Well, keep your eye on the ball. That's how to do it. Well bowled, 3 run. And then Banerjee, his stumps were rearranged. Just a procession of Aachen Rising Stars batsmen 39 for 6 they were at one point. There's another one that was straight up in the air, but this one was dropped. Well, he had the big shades on. Obviously, they weren't big enough. And this one was walloped to the boundary. But you just know these rising stars, they are a pretty solid unit, and they were going to keep swinging. Ahmed Shirzad, he was caught. It was a nice catch by Patel. Well, plenty of action all the time. And then this was the bonus ball in 7th over. It was only a 5-ball over. They came back well to 6th. It disappeared. They never found it. And well, Fahim Jan, he was the one that was keeping him in it as well. Then this one, only a half chance really between two fielders. Outstanding catch by Gurumurthy to remove Fahim Jan. And well, a couple of nice blows. But again, this one finding the long on boundary. Shinwari holds on to that one. We weren't done yet. There's a few more twists and turns. Weren't they excited with Javed Khan's hitting in the last over? Getting a 6 and a 4. They were useful 10 runs, that's for sure. And then, well, this is some proper ECS action. First we had the gutter ball from the keeper. Then we had another fumble from the keeper. Appeals, not out. Osman said, well, why don't you come back? He says, but I've got to run a long way. Ola said, well, I can beat you. And well, that's what we like to see off the last ball. How entertaining. When it was all said and done, final score was 81 for 9. 82 for victory then. Koln Challengers chasing their first ever win in the Fancode European Cricket Series. Be a fairly quick turnaround to give you a look at the scorecard. We'll join us back, please, in a few minutes for the chase. It'll be 82 for victory for the Koln Challengers. For now, it's Mr. Maximo, Vinny Sandhu, along with Michael McCann. See you very, very shortly for the resumption of play in Match 15, and you're watching the Fancode European Cricket Series.
Welcome back to the Bayer Erdingen Cricket Ground in Krefeld. This is some fantastic drone bird's eye shots of the surrounding area. This brand new facility, multi-sport club, and very much embodies a lot of what the European Cricket Network is about in terms of growing the game across the continent. These clubs that for so long have had so many different sports going on in them now got a cricket facility as well. Brand new pitch being used for the first time in this tournament. It's played really well. Think of artificial surfaces, you might think of pitches that are concrete underneath and almost too bouncy, but no, this is compacted sand and gravel underneath. It's played very nicely, and the weather's turned out to be very nice as well on this Thursday afternoon, which is welcome because we've had some interesting weather, shall we say, including a hailstorm at one point a couple of days ago. Fascinating game in progress, one which the Koln challengers were the heavy underdogs for coming in, having been winless from 4 games up against the Rising Stars with 3 wins from 4. But it is the Rising Stars who are struggling a bit. They were 36 for 6 at one point with the bat. They recovered to get to 81 for 9. But that's still a slightly under par score. Even with that good bowling and catching performance, the challengers are still going to need something special with the bat because that's been a big problem for them in the tournament so far. So far with the bat in the tournament, in their double-header against VfB Gelsenkirchen, and they got 49 for 8 and then 40 for 6. The game reduced to 7 overs a side. And then against MSC Frankfurt, they got 66 for 5 and 55 for 4 batting first on both occasions. They're going to need a lot more than that to chase this down, the Cologne challengers. Their captain, Vijay Rafnavel, is in position to face the first ball. Srinivas Naresh Kumar is at the non-strikers. And Ahmed Sherzad, the very best seam bowler in the Rising Stars lineup. Ball from left arm over to get us underway. Comes very wide of the crease. And starts with a wide, unable to adjust his line appropriately. Ajmal Shinwari at the non-striker's end. It is in fact Sriram Gurumurti who's been sent out to open, so a bit of a change in the challenger's order. It's just inside the wide line. That's excellent from Sherzad. Yesterday was very good. Sherzad with 0 for 11 from his 2 overs in the first game against the Boosters. And 1 for 10 in the second match against the Boosters. This double-header format. Cut away. Third man trying to get round. And will get round but palm it into the rope. Well, that's unlucky. First boundary of the reply. Gurumurti gets it. It's a good shot even if it flew a bit off the outside edge. Didn't know where the gap was. Just palmed it into his own net there. To use a football phrase. That's gone straight through him and missed the off stump by not a long way. He's a bit fortunate here. That's pretty close. He survives though. Even having bowled and fielded so well, it's going to take something much better than anything we've seen so far from Cologne to win this game with the bat. Up down, direct hit would have been gone quite possibly. Shinwari makes it in. Here we go, this will tell us definitively. He didn't run his bat in, sort of put his bat in. Just about got there. Not a required run rate to be intimidated by, but not an easy one. Shinwari trying to get off the mark. He's got this to the right of Gulistan Mohammed at mid-off, and it trickles away for 4. So both batters have opened their boundary count in the first over. Ahmed Shahzad just dropping a bit short. It's a baseball-style smack down the ground. And this is a good start for the Cologne challengers. Double figures already up with ball to spare. Toss update from the second of the games between these two. It's cut away behind point. This is a really good shot, and it's another boundary for Shinwari. Back-to-back boundaries to finish the first. And it's comfortably Ahmed Shahzad's most expensive over of the tournament so far. Shahzad concedes 14 from it, including 3 fours. And the Cologne challengers getting a kickstart to their run chase. 14 without loss from 1. Yeah, in terms of the toss from that second game, the Cologne challengers called incorrectly. It's the Rising Stars who won it. Decided they were going to have a bowl. Vinny Sandy rejoins me in the commentary box as Osman Shahzad comes on. Shahzad, who was the star of the bowlers for the Achin Rising Stars yesterday. Cut away, straight to backward point, out! The star of yesterday makes the breakthrough today. Osman Shahzad at it again. And the Cologne challengers lose their first wicket. Gurumurti gone for 5. Shahzad bowling to his field. Just outside the off stump, he's got that ring of 6 waiting. And it was gobbled up at backward point, 14 for 1.
Yeah, so we then needed to steady themselves, wasn't it? As Osman Shahzad, who has been a really good bowler for the Rising Stars. And a bit unlucky for the batsman. He hit it well, but it happened to go straight to the field. I suppose that's the chance you take when you're playing in this format of the game. So an important wicket, but that will bring Rohit Narayanan to the crease. And he's quite capable. And the run rate at the moment, well, it was under 7 at the start of the over. It's just crept over, but still, it's going to be a really interesting chase here, I think, in match 15.
Goes over cover. It was over pitched. Narayanan climbs into it. It's going to fall short though. And they come back for 2. It's a nice shot to get off the mark for Narayanan. Yesterday, Osman Shahzad. It's the Erdingham Boosters. You see him be hit hard through the covers there, but no value for shots on this outfield. Against the Boosters, 1 for 16 off 2, then 3 for 4 off 2. So he had a great day of it. Wider of the crease, slightly mistimed. Fahim Jan running in enthusiastically from long on, stops any possibility of 2. Glorious conditions for cricket, comfortably the nicest day we've had so far.
Yeah, it's beautiful, isn't it? Makes it all worthwhile. Can you believe we had a hailstorm the other day?
Well, I'm going to be bringing my sunglasses to the ground tomorrow.
Bring the sunscreen as well, Michael.
Well, you say that. I'll bring the sunglasses tomorrow and then it'll pour down with rain.
It's going to be a beautiful long summer. Well, not about long, but we'll get one. This is Europe, but I'll tell you what, I'm looking forward to it. You can stay with us on the European Cricket Network this summer as well. Plenty of great cricket coming your way. Lots of cool locations as well. I mean, we've already mentioned some of them. Germany, Malta and England have been announced, but I know there's plans to get to Sweden and the Netherlands. And
yeah, we got a lot up our sleeve here.
We got a few in Eastern Europe as well. Tell you what, Czech Republic was pretty good. I can order a beer, get it delivered here from the Czech Republic. It's pretty good. Missing my favourite Vinarati beer, actually, this week.
Yeah, and I should say that's not a sponsored shout-out, but
no, it's not.
If anyone does want to come on board as a sponsor or partner, let us know. I'm sure you'd be particularly amenable to a certain brand of
beer sponsor. That'll be me. I won't last. 2 weeks later, I'll be in rehab if we get a beer sponsor on board.
Yeah, very grateful for Biostrath who've just come on board.
Biostrath is a good product.
Shahzad comes wider of the crease. Slightly miscued, but this is good batting. He knows that there's nobody out there in the power play. So he's going to get 2 Shinwari. He's into double figures. He's got 10 off just 3 balls. This is good from challengers. I like the intent. I like the desire to take advantage of the fielding restrictions. They've taken 14 off Ahmed Shehzad's first over. Now Osman Shehzad has got the wicket, but not patting it back to him.
I meant to tell you something as well, Michael. I got the tingle this game. And got the golden ball tingle.
Yeah, I think this game could be close.
Yeah, I got a feeling. Don't doubt me.
This has gone straight up. Catching chance for Gulistan Mohammed. Holds it. Holds it. 17 for 2. And Shinwari, who looked really dangerous. And Osman Shehzad has hit in his second over, really stopped the challengers in their tracks.
Well, how about this? We have just another wicket to rattle them. And it is 81 for victory, the target. But I tell you what, Gulistan Mohammed, he's got a really good pair of hands, doesn't he? And he summed that up really quickly. And I know there's no easy catches when you're being watched by millions of television viewers. It's this one, he judged well, held his nerve. And so, important wicket as well. Now, 2 down in the second over.
Here comes Ayush Sharma, who in his 4 innings in the tournament so far hasn't got into double figures. They're going to need him to do a lot more than that. Narayanan on strike because they crossed. Just jabbed away, no single there though. The wide slip fielder comes round. End of the second. And what a good over from Osman Shehzad. or the Netherlands, Belgium and Germany. Obviously in Germany, but not far away from either of the other two. So that's nudged away, so Sharma at least gets off strike this time. Aachen, a big university town, actually known as having one of the very best engineering courses in the world. A lot of the Rising Stars players are in fact engineers. One of the favourite things in Aachen like to do is sometimes take a day trip into the Netherlands or into Belgium. Of course, travel at the moment a little bit less possible. Well, they figured out that Sherzad is arguably the very best bowler in this Rising Stars lineup, so they've decided they're just going to nudge it and take one off him here, which I think might be a sensible move.
5 off the over at this stage, so it's no cause for panic. So they just got to keep being busy. Don't have too many dot balls. Sherzad's been good though, but I wonder if the challengers will be happy just to see the back of him. Look at a couple of other bowlers in the middle overs. They try and set up this chase.
It's a great ball to finish. An excellent pair of overs from Osman Sherzad. Yesterday, 1 for 16 and 3 for 4. You can add into that 2 for 11 today, 30 for 2 of 4. This is how this tournament looks. We've got 10 pairs of matches, which has made up Group A. We'll have 10 pairs of matches that makes up Group B. Everybody plays everybody twice. And then eventually we hit quarterfinals Friday. So 2 of these 10 teams, 2 teams that finish bottom in either group, won't make it. And then, of course, your route to finals day is made easier. And as we discussed earlier as well, if you finish in the top 2, you effectively get a rain card to the semi-finals if we had some really bad weather next Friday.
Yeah, hope we do get some cricket in. Javid Khan, he's not the quickest bowler, but he is pretty accurate. Let's see if he can keep the brakes on here in the 5th over.
Just holds this one back. Direct hit could have been close against Ayush Sharma. They're going to get a second on the overthrow.
I think it was a pretty good shout, but then what you have to do with no infielders in the leg side, you need to hustle in and back this up. And I think he probably might have been in trouble if this had hit. Maybe not, but regardless, fielders were in trouble.
His bat was in the air as well, which is...
Probably was. He probably saw how much the ball was missing by the time he got close, though.
It's a low full toss, and sived away unconvincingly by Narayanan, but they'll get the single. 33 for 2.
All right, and just getting going a little bit. And he's number 3 for a reason. He's capable of moving the score along. Ayush Sharma, though, he's just trying to hit every ball for 6. And he hasn't looked like hitting one yet.
He has hit 1 6 in the tournament, but that was actually off a top edge, which sort of backs up your point in a way. Oh, that's a really poor delivery, and he's slightly got away with this. Oh no, it does still trickle away for 4. The outfield out there is so slow. I just thought it was going to pull up, but instead it's 4 runs to Ayush Sharma, who accepts the gift.
Yeah, it was probably waist height against one of those borderline ones. If it gets called, it gets called. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But still goes to the boundary for 4. 4 more useful runs. Keeps him on target in this chase.
Well, I'm going to go out on something of a limb here. We haven't seen a game yet of the 14 completed matches that has gone to the penultimate over in the run chase with the game still genuinely up for grabs. And I think that's going to change here.
Until now.
Until now. Helped round the corner, but straight to short fine leg. That's out. An easy catch for Azem Tamorai. And they've got the breakthrough. Javid Khan's picked up the breakthrough, 37 for 3. And Ayush Sharma gone for 6 off 10, trying to manufacture something that really wasn't there.
Wasn't a bad idea, but this is the risk of it. If you didn't get enough of it, that you present a chance, and Banerjee holds on to the catch. But, well, Sharma just couldn't get going, could he, in the end? To get that 4, but straight away he was dismissed for 6 in total. And the score now, it's 37 for 3.
Well, they need a hero. Cologne challengers. Winless in 4 games so far in this tournament. This man maybe could be that man for them. Srinivas Naresh Kumar, their second oldest player, an experienced head. Took 4 catches for them in the field. and then took 2 wickets with the ball. He's at the non-strikers because they crossed. Narayan
He's already got the man of the match. Naresh Kumar. I'll give him confidence.
Oh, has he nicked that? Not given. Well, Javed Khan was almost on a hat-trick. Narayanan survives. This caught behind appeal.
This one, I just had a feeling it might have been a little something on this. Again, it's very hard to tell from the replays. Well, great poker face from Narayanan. He was having none of it. Have a look at this.
Well, Sagar Kataria seems sure behind the stumps.
Yeah, well, again, hard to tell from the replays. Give the umpire the benefit on that one.
Way through extra cover, misfield. Naresh Kumar is insistent on 2, and it was good because there was definitely 2 there.
Yeah, and just the infielder taking the pace off the ball when it fell into no man's land. They do get 2 to finish the over, and we're halfway through the innings.
Yeah, 39 for 3, so they're just behind the rate. They need another 42 to win off 30 for an upset first victory of the competition for the Koln challengers. Javed Khan hold a pretty good 5th there. They're going to have to think about where they go from here. Fahim Jan and Ahmed Sherzad will certainly have their second overs at some point. But they're going to need someone to be the 5th bowler. And Safi Khan, this man that they've given that honour to, the Mr. Happy of the Aachen Rising Stars team. He's always got a smile on his face, no matter what the situation in the game. The youngest player, just 20 years old. And just as I say that, he's setting his field and rearranging it with a big old smile on his face. He can't wait to get into the action.
It's great to see some young players coming through as well. In all the countries, actually, but in Germany, the player numbers are growing all the time and encouraging the younger players to get involved. And more native Germans as well getting involved at the lower levels and younger levels of the sport.
It's a really good start from Safi Khan. Caught behind appeals given. They're jumping for joy, Khan and Kataria. They've combined 39 for 4. And Srinivas Naresh Kumar, who was so good with the ball and in the field, is gone for a golden duck. He was shaking his head, but he's got to walk off.
Yeah, well, must be a little touch on this. And well, cricket, such a leveler, isn't it? He's on fire in the field. He had leather poisoning, I said. He took 4 catches and 2 wickets. But unfortunately, with the bat, he goes off the very first ball he faces. Well, a few dramatic moments left in this match, you feel. It's 39 for 4 in the 6th over.
Out comes Aravind Muthusubramanian. We're really well into the middle order of the Koln Challengers batting lineup. Narayanan in the number 3, joined by number 6. Muthusubramanian so far in the competition, yet to make a score in double figures across his 4 innings. Going to need a lot more than that. It's not a bad start, just nudged through backward point. So he'll get a single. Azam Tamurai does the fielding.
Yeah, this is where you just, like I say this word again, busy. You've got to be busy. You can't have too many dot balls with new batsmen. You have to be looking to score. If it involves chancing your arm with running between wickets in the infield, then so be it. But you don't want to fall too far behind. Get it above 10 with the middle and lower order there at the crease.
Low full toss hit hard, straight at the boot of Safi Khan. And they quickly get 3 for 1. You speak of the growth of the game as well. One thing that's fantastic to see, particularly in Germany, is the explosion of women's cricket. So they had 9 teams last year when I was here in, well, not here, but in Germany, in Frankfurt in September.
Yep.
We had the pleasure of netting actually with a few members of the German women's team who were part of the tournament.
Good slow ball, this one.
Because Frankfurt is actually sort of a powerhouse of women's cricket in Germany, so a lot of their players down.
How's this missed? Ooh,
sometimes it's better to be lucky. Aravind was lucky there. And this year, there's 15 teams.
Yeah.
Now, that is quite astonishing when you put in the context of where we are right now. It's miscued. It's not even going to get a single there, Muthusubramanian. So he's on 1 of 3. This is very good from Safi Khan.
It's a really good over, hasn't it?
Now, you have to put that in the wider world situation. So they've got 6 new teams, despite no one being able to play. That tells you the appetite for cricket. Wider of the crease this time. jabbed into his own foot. Muthu Subramanian's going to get the single. Safi Khan does eventually get his paws on the ball. He's conceded just 3 runs from that 6th over, 42 for 4, and that required run rate is now up around 10. The challengers under increasing pressure. And just coming back to that, so speaking to a few people in German women's cricket, you've had 6 teams in different parts of the country, and it's now got to the point where they can have a North, East, South and West league. Previously, once upon a time, it was just a North and South. And then last season, it had got to the point where they could have 3. And that also means that teams aren't having to travel as far for games. There's more grounds popping up, more pitches. And then it sort of becomes like a snowball running down a hill. It's easier to play, it's easier to train, it's easier to get new people into the game.
Yeah, certainly. It's really exciting developments.
It's a swing and a miss outside off. Javed Khan going back on for his second. His first went for 8 and picked up a wicket.
Yeah, I know there's a lot of native German European women getting into the sport, which I think is wonderful as well. But just the fact there's that increase despite what's been a really difficult 12 months plus all around the world, I think it's really great signs.
Nudged through backward point. It's only a single, but singles aren't going to help arrest this steadily increasing required run rate. And what I mentioned about the regions also makes such a difference, because suddenly as a team, now right now, this is a bit of an exception, this event. General cricket in Germany is postponed. The season hasn't started if you're a German club cricketer, unless you're one of these privileged 10 teams. Short. Worked away through long on. They've got to look for 2 here. Muthu Subramanian is interested. He's going to take it on. And he's run out. Run out. Well, Muthu Subramanian ran back for the second, but he's on his knees. He can't believe what he's done. He's ran and out. 42 for 5. 43 for 5, in fact, with the run. I thought there was 2 there. But
yeah, well, it was a bit dicey. It had to be a good bit of fielding. Even make the throw, and you see he's gone. He's gone by a good half a metre in the end. Yeah, so he's got to go. And Ryan does get the strike back at a substantial cost. It's the cost of the 5th wicket in the innings now. And the score is 44 for 5.
Yeah, so Muthu Subramanian is out. And out comes Akhil Gidaluri for his first bat of the tournament. He comes out in a real pressure situation. This has gone high. Will take some catching. It's going to have to be the bowler. Can't even, don't think, lay anything on it in the end. And there's some dangerous running there, but they did make it back. So Narayanan is, well, he's not really living a charmed life. It's his partners that are living a charmed life as a result of his calling.
Well, he was pretty lucky here as well. This could have gone absolutely anywhere. The ball actually got closer than he thought he was going to get, I think. Remember, he had to turn on his follow-through and 180 it back. Man, yeah, it was alert running from Gidaluri. He's out there with Narayanan now.
You've got to run quickly when you're with Narayanan or you're going to be run out.
Smart. We'll get a single and we'll get the strike back.
Unless he's run out, Gidaluri should have really made his ground easily enough here as the non-striker. He had time to be backing up as well.
Yeah, I think he got there fairly comfortably. Yeah. And well, at any rate, I'm not sure the keeper had the ball. And we get to the end of the 7th over. It's 47 for 5. Pardon me, we've got one more ball to go. I'm getting a bit ahead of myself now.
Now, if you're Gidaluri, this is the first ball you've faced. Don't really want to single. You want Narayanan on strike at the start of the next over. Does he decide?
Yeah,
going to go for an immediate boundary option?
Yeah, I mean,
it's risky.
Depends what you get. I think you just got to try and hit the ball, see what you get. You might come back for a slightly riskier 2 than usual. Let's have a look what happens.
Can't make contact, and Kataria, well, he's really hunting his Dream 11 fantasy points. Oh, and Narayanan's hunting the single. It's all going on out there.
I think Narayanan's not exactly smashing them at the other end. So, I mean, if we need to get both batsmen going if they're going to get these runs down. Entertaining dot to finish the 7th over, 47 for 5. And coming up, Michael, we've got a rematch between these 2 teams. We've seen there's not that much between them based on what we've seen in this match. And we're going to see them play each other again in match 16. So back-to-back matches for these 2 teams. This game is starting in just under half an hour's time. Aachen Rising Stars versus the Koln Challengers. And will the Aachen Rising Stars, they will be batting first again because the Challengers won the toss and elected to bowl first.
Yeah, it's going to be another deja vu match. We had the same this morning. Whichever team goes down in this one, we'll hope that it's not the same result again. A pair of wins this morning for MSC Frankfurt against Gelsenkirchen. Now Fahim Jan's going to come back to bowl the 8th. His first went for just 5. That is crashed away. Could be a catching chance though. Nope, 6 runs. Ahmed Shehzad doing his best to hang inside the rope and hope for something. Nothing he could do though. And Narayanan clobbers that away. He's on to 24 off 16.
Here we go. Just
that
when you thought.
The first 6 of the innings, and what a time for it.
Just when you think it's getting away from them, Narayanan keeps minute with a big hit.
Well, we've missed this feeling, folks. We haven't had a game across 14 completed matches so far get to the penultimate over in the balance, but you can guarantee this is going to be a close one.
Exactly right. Jan wants to come back.
He's going to take 1, so it's down to Gidaluri. Now, he's going to make a choice here, Akil Gidaluri. Is he going to try and nudge singles? Just say over to you, Rohit.
You just can't have dot balls. That's what I'm going to say. He's got to hit the ball. Whether it's for 1 or more than 1, that's fine. But I don't think it's worth loading up and trying to horn everything for 6 if it's not there. Because what's going to happen is you're going to have dot after dot, and that rate's going to rise. Put more pressure on his partner. So he needs to get back on ball.
He's done exactly that here. Get 1 just to the right of the bowler.
Talking about the German women, and some good comments that Germany will be taking part in the T20 World Cup qualifiers in Scotland in August. So we'll see how they go. That's what Steve McVeigh was saying. And they'll be against Scotland, Ireland and Netherlands. So it'll be interesting to see how they go. And also Keanu saying Thailand's women played in the T20 World Cup last year, which I do remember as well. And so it's great to see women's games spreading beyond some of the traditional cricket playing countries as well. Good stuff.
Inside out. Missed time down to deep backward square. They are going to come. No, they're not going to come back for 2. A run out, surely. No, he's made it back. He's made it back. Well, Akil Gidaluri was sure 2 was there. He was sent back. Ooh. That first replay suggests he might well have been out here.
Yeah, just took a while to get into stumps, but I think you're right.
It's out. The bat's in the air.
Yeah,
that's in the air.
This is the thing, though. It's pretty close to call, and so.
And remember, we've got the benefit of a slow motion replay. The umpire gets 1 look fast in real time. It's an incredibly difficult job.
Happened very quickly.
I tell you what, you've got to be on your toes when you're batting with Rohit Narayanan, haven't you? Well, a lot of run-out chances, and he's never involved. So, decent cover drive. He'll get 1 there.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Well, I tell you what, looking at every single possible run at the moment. So does that make it 24 off 13, Margot?
Yeah, and Gidaluri's on strike. Now, at this point, in fact, pardon me, Narayanan's on strike. Now, Narayanan's got to be thinking of a single here, I reckon, unless this is a really bad hit-me sort of ball. It's comfortably the best ball striker left for the Cologne Challengers. What's he going to do?
Last ball, the 8th.
He decided he was going to try and mash it behind square. Don't think he was looking for a single with a shot like that, but a single's what he got. 23 to win off 12. Narayanan keeps the strike. He has 27 not out. Yeah, that Thailand story was absolutely magnificent. And what you're seeing in countries like Thailand, Brazil's another one that comes to mind, is actually because cricket hasn't really had much of an emergence there before, the way things have sort of naturally occurred, the women's game's actually growing at a much, much faster pace than the men's game, which is remarkable and brilliant to see. So in Brazil, thanks to the work of Roberta Moretti-Avery, the national team captain, just one of so many others, but a bit of a spearhead for the cause, the Brazil women's team became the first ever team across cricket in the world to end up with central contracts before the men's team got them, because it had just grown and continues to grow at so much a quicker rate. And that's something that's been a theme across South America too. And that's what we want to see in the game, an ever-widening cricketing diaspora. This is a game for everybody. And focusing on the game in front of us. The penultimate over is going to be bowled by Ahmed Shirzad. Now he's got a score to settle. His first over was his most expensive in the tournament so far. It went for 14. For once he's coming left arm over. Likes to normally come left arm around, but he's met by a crunching drive. They've got to look for 2 here, and they're going to come back for 2. It's a good throw, but Narayanan is home. 21 to win off 11. Narayanan on to 29.
Yeah, look at this. This is a really desperate dive. And even though that bat bounces, he's already past the line, so he'll be fine. Just have a look at the hustle here from Narayan. And he just signs he's going, turns blind. Don't agree with that. But anyway, he comes back. And look at him. He launches himself.
It's a bit of the Prague golden ball about that, wasn't there?
Every run's crucial now. I mean, we're getting up to 2-ball territory. If they don't get 2, then the rate's climbing.
I'll tell you what, I've missed this feeling. We're 15 games, and this is the first one where we've got to the penultimate over, and the game is really very much alive and kicking. One team isn't 6 feet under in any way, shape or form. The Koln Challengers chasing a first win of the tournament. Aachen Rising Stars looking to get a 4th win from 5.
Here we go then. 11 balls remaining, 21 runs required for victory.
Short jabbed away. They're going to do well to get 2 here. Going to try again.
Oh, no.
Dear. Well, Narayanan's done it again. If you're running with Rohit Narayanan, you've got to be very careful. And his latest victim is Akhil Gidalori. Gidalori run out for 2 off 3. And Rohit Narayanan moves on to 30, but at the expense of a 3rd partner in this innings, 61 for 6.
Right. I think they thought the other fielder would pick it up, but he's just come from nowhere and cut in front of him. And then Narayanan's realised, well, I'm pretty sure if I go that way, I'll be out. So I'm going to stay here. I'll see what happens with the running between the wickets here.
Well, Narayanan has another run to his name, but he's lost the strike. He's sat at the non-strikers on the floor looking a bit dejected. And it was the fact that it was clever from Aachen, because Safi Khan, just look at poor Narayanan, he's got the weight of the world on his shoulders there. Safi Khan came across and took the throw off Gudistan Mohammed because he knows he's got a much better arm than him. And he had a bullet of an arm, and that's what got them the run out.
Yeah, definitely.
10 balls left, 20 to win.
Blessing in disguise. Narayanan's still there. He looks most likely to be able to clear the boundary. He's the only one that has this innings. He's Ahmed Shirzad.
Short. That's not the worst result. Now, do they come back for 2 even though Narayanan's going to lose the strike? Yes, they do.
I don't think you can really not take runs most of the time now. I think, like, Narayanan, he's going at about 140 strike rate. And I just think with this few balls left, it'd be great. Imagine how great it would be if one of the other batsmen could hit a 4 or a 6 and get 2 weapons.
18 off 9. Rafnaval off the mark. Can't they bat on that? That might well be a wide. It's going to be a wide, and Qatari has missed it, so they'll pick up 2. This is a perfect result for the Koln Challengers. 18 off 9 is going to become 16 off 9.
This is handy. This one, again, borderline. Given a wide.
Qataria will be frustrated, though. Should have taken that. It slips through the gloves. It wasn't so wide that you could excuse the keeper missing it. 16 off 9 for a first ECS victory. Down the ground, hit very hard. And it's going to trickle over. 4 runs to Rohit Narayanan. He might have run out half of his own team, but he's doing his best to take them home. 12 off 8. That is the first boundary in 10 balls.
That was the boundary they needed, Michael. Just keeps him in the hunt here. 12 off 8. Oh, who's got the tingle? Who's got it?
I'd say it's pretty even after that boundary. One more boundary, and they're down to a run-a-ball region. Now this is one of the wonderful things you get in cricket. Sometimes need a bit of help. Rohit Narayanan on 34 not out of 22, trying to take his team to their first ever televised victory. Needs to get his shoelaces done by the umpire.
What do we got now? We are getting so close. There was that one short which saw the target come down by 1 in the first innings. That's probably playing on my mind as well.
Short. Incredibly optimistic LBW appeals. Surely a run out. Oh no, yes! He's done it in the end! That's out! Oh, this is absolutely ridiculous from Ahmed Shirzad. We've got to watch this all from the start. There's the worst LBW appeal you've ever seen. And then, amazingly, they get the run out in the end. It comes off the thigh pad of Rohit and it pitches about 2 feet out stuff. Kataria throws it to Shahzad and says, take the stumps. Shahzad's too busy berating his own wicketkeeper, Kataria. Eventually, reluctantly, turns around, gets the stumps demolished. I mean, look at that LBW
I think he's
appeal.
saying, why are you throwing it? It's an unnecessary throw. And he's annoyed.
And then he realises the throw's very necessary.
And then, well, hold on. You're not meant to be there at all.
Smashes the stumps down. So Vijay Rafnaval is out for 2. Run out. Narayanan still has the strike because they didn't actually get anywhere near to crossing. Low full toss. Narayanan makes contact. They settle for 1 this time, which brings the new batter, Abdul Aziz, onto strike. First bat of the tournament for Aziz. In fact, that was the last ball of the night, pardon me. So that's a good result for them. Rohit Narayanan will keep the strike.
Yep.
So, everyone take a breath. 70 for 7. We've got 1 over left. And the Cologne Challengers, for their first ever ECS win, need 11 for victory. Abdul Aziz is at the non-strikers. He's yet to face. Rohit Narayanan on strike has 35 of 24. Steve McVeigh says LBW appeals and frantic runouts. That's the ECS at its finest. Yeah, I think that's a strong contender for Michael's mini moment of the day.
He was yelling at him because I think he thought it was an unnecessary throw. But then as he was yelling, he saw the batsman halfway down the pitch in his eye line, and he said, hold on a second, maybe it was a necessary throw. Have a look at this again. So it was a terrible LBW appeal, and he's not watching, see? And then he just sees the ball flying, and he's saying, well, what are you doing throwing that? Oh, hold on a second. Oh, how about that?
Right, now coming back to bowl the last is Safi Khan. His first over was brilliant. Went for just 3 runs. Picked up the wicket of Srinivas Naresh Kumar for a golden duck. He's only 20 years old. He's their youngest player. A lot of responsibility on his shoulders. 11 to win. Rohit Narayanan on strike. Straight back at him. He can't hold on. They're surely going to want to get Narayanan the strike back. Has Narayanan run someone else out? No. Safi Khan can't gather the ball. And Ajiz survives. 9 to win off 5. Khan's hurt himself in the process of failing to take that one.
He's fine. Just misjudged the pace of it, didn't he? But this was good running. I think he always made up his mind he's coming back for 2. And look, a good throw and Gather would have had him, but he skates off the surface. He loses his bat as well. Could have been some serious trouble there. Anyway, so what have we got now? 9 of 5.
Can't bowl short here. Hasn't got any boundary protection behind square either side of the wicket. Got to be full. Wider of the crease. Hit very, very high. This is going to take some catching. The bowler's coming back. He didn't know where it was. They're going to come back for 2. Thrown to the keeper's end. Kataria takes it, but they get home. 7 to win off 4. It's the least convincing 2 you've ever seen. Rohit Narayanan's pads have fallen apart. It's complete chaos here.
Look at this. Safi Khan, he thinks he might catch it, and then he ends up stepping on the ball. I almost had to dig it out of the turf. Have a look at this. Then he misses it. He steps on it, and he has to someone else picks it up.
Yeah, thrown by Varun Reddy to Kataria, and you can see Narayanan's pads, which have got the orange casing over the top, starting to fall apart. Narayanan's exhausted. He's on the floor in heaps.
You would be exhausted, I'm telling you.
They've ran so many 2s in this innings. 7 to win off 4. Narayanan has 39. This is another miss hit. Could well be out. No, not taken. Gathered on the bounce by Osman. Possible run out. Is run out. The bat was in the air. Narayanan's run someone else out. He's run out pretty much his entire team. Look at him at the striker's end. He's dead.
Dead.
Narayanan. We need an ambulance. This is just astonishing. So 6 to win off 3 is the new equation.
How many wickets they got left?
An 8th wicket has gone down.
Narayanan lost about 15 runouts.
Narayanan is on to 40. That is the 4th batter that Rohit Narayanan has run out. Osman Reddy with an excellent throw right over the top of the stumps. Yeah. Safi Khan gathers it, and it's not really that close. So poor old Abdul Aziz is run out without facing. And now out comes Nikhil Patel, and yet again, he's about to get his first bat at the tournament.
Patel went to have a chat with him, and Narayan just shooed him away, saying, I don't want to walk anywhere close to you. You just get ready to run.
So 6 to win off 3, and poor old Nikhil Patel has got the charmed life of having to bat with Rohit Narayanan, who is
balls.
Narayanan is exhausted. Absolutely
I
exhausted.
really want to lose another wicket because they'll only have one left. All right, here we go. 6 off 3.
Straight down the ground. This is a great shot. This could be the game. It is the game. Oh, what a moment. The Koln challengers have done it. Rohit Narayanan has run out half of his own team, but then strikes the winning blow with 2 balls to spare. They've lost their first 4 games here in Krefeld, but now they have a win. Rohit Narayanan, the hero, 46 not out, and the Koln challengers win this match by 2 wickets with 2 balls to spare. It's a huge upset. Absolutely astonishing stuff.
Yeah, Narayanan's done it, and well, we're just waiting on the official score.
Well, we've got it that's the winning runs.
Well, we're just
we
waiting on
had
the
it as
official
6 to
scorers.
win off 3. Waiting for a bit of confirmation, but we had that as 6 to win off 3 because they were run out coming back for the second.
Here we go. There was a 1 short in there. That's right. There's a one short.
This is
it's just been come back. So
Well.
the score's tied. Oh, get out of here.
This is ridiculous.
Okay,
oh,
so
wow.
It was just slow getting to us, and so it's actually scores tied now.
So,
We'll try to work that out
Narayanan,
before we walked off the field.
Narayanan is 45 not out. They figured out what's going on there. They thought they'd won it. We
Yeah,
all thought
we
they'd
all
won
thought
it.
it.
The dugout were running on
Just
to
the official
celebrate.
scorers just saying, well, hold on a second.
So
All right.
everybody's in now for the Koln challengers who are praying that this is going to be their winning
So
moment.
it was
They're-
the third ball. 9.3 was a 1 short. Okay. Now, I've got no idea what 9.3 is right now. But
Now, they need to get someone to the stumps at the bowler's end, the Action Rising Stars. This reminds me of something I remember Corey Rutgers, the Belgium coach and ECL winner with VOC Rotterdam, saying you're going to want a fielder very
Yeah.
close to the umpire, ready to come to the
Yep.
stumps at the bowler's
Second
end.
keeper,
And
bowler's keeper.
they haven't got one.
So the one where they got run out the ball before was actually 1 short, and that's why they didn't get a run for that. So scores tied. Need 2 dot balls for golden ball, but any score will win it for the challengers. Surely they cannot lose it from here. They've already won it once.
1 to win off 2. Narayanan on strike. Can he be the hero again? Yes, he can. They're surely going to get through for a single here. Yes, they will. That's it.
Come on, that's it. You've won.
They don't...
Come on. What is that? Is that another 1 short? It's only a single. What is going on here? It's chaos. What do we got now? And
Well, we've got that as
I don't know what's going on.
game over. No one seems to quite know
This is-
what's happening.
Tell you what, you know you're watching the Fan Code European Cricket Series just when you think the game's over. Well, I think the game's over.
Yeah, we've got this as game
This
over.
happened to me once. All right, hold on. So the target's actually not 81, it's 82.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Apparently.
They got 81 for 9, the Rising Stars. Last ball, 1 to win. Last ball, 1 to win. Nudged. Surely this will be it. Throw to the keeper's end. That's it. They've
They
done
win.
it.
They've won a
done
third
it.
time.
The Koln challengers have won. We can definitely say
I
they've
could hug
won
you.
it on the final ball. It's astonishing.